with some other guy you knew before. Between the two of us guys, you know I loved you more. It took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday. Don't you know I heard it through the grapevine? Not much longer would you be mine. Ooh, I heard it through the grapevine, and I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, honey, heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer would you be my baby. I know a man ain't supposed to cry, but these tears I can't hold inside. 'Cause I'm losing you in my life, you see. 'Cause you mean that much to me. You should have told me yourself that you love someone else. Instead I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer would you be mine. Ooh, I heard it through the grapevine, and I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, honey,
Hi guys. There's a lot happening. A lot going on. I feel like I need to move this way.
This is Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween.
In every episode in October, I promise you, I'm about to find a title of something I love from Halloween. Or one of us love. So today I said, let's do the time war again. I need to watch that. It's been a while.
I was just thinking about that the other day because I was thinking about that because we put on what's that show we just watched at your house? Boondocks.
Oh yes.
In the episode with Mama Dukes, she was doing the Franken. What's his name?
Frankenfurter.
Frankenfurter.
Yes. Mo said, "Why you a pirate, Gigi?"
I'm always a pirate. All the time.
Yes. And I am from the House of Slytherin. I just got this shirt and I love it. Hi guys. Y'all late. We was late and y'all still late. I don't understand. But,
when another person is late, you can't tell them that you was late. You gotta pretend that you was on time.
You're right. All right, we wasn't late, y'all. We was on time. I'm a great. They right on my head.
Right on your forehead.
Ew. Anyway, I'm really liking this new like lighting and camera experience. Hi, Jasmine. Mo said we're a couple of degenerates. And Jasmine says hi.
Hi, Jasmine.
Yes.
So Cardi B went to a club and Offset showed up.
Oh, God. Did you see her going back with like normal people on Twitter? Stop it. Just stop it.
I don't think she'll ever stop.
No. She called this lady potatoes. She said she looked like a sack of potatoes.
Megan even said that she struggled with that. She said that she be trying to be on her Beyonce, but people just keep
people keep messing with you and make you want to react. So what happened with Cardi is she had this picture. You probably saw it. And she had her faja on, and so like her body looked like her waist was like this,
real,
and her hips was like that, and
she like an ant.
She like a wisdom tooth. That's what they said. They said she like a wisdom tooth.
I seen that.
And
she did like an ant, but I wasn't gonna tell her.
Yeah. So she posted real pictures and said, "This is what I really look like." I had my faja on because she was getting some type of like, massage or whatever, probably a lymphatic whatever massage, because she just got some of her butt taken out. So then she showed a picture of what she really looked like now, and the girl said, "You still look like a wisdom teeth." And so she said, "You look like a sack of potato." And I'm not mature enough because I just keep laughing.
Did she go? You ain't look.
Oh, I did. She's not bad looking, but like when you look like Cardi, I would be like 10 sacks of potatoes compared to her, because she wasn't even as big as I am. But yeah, she did kind of get potato, and then somebody drew a potato, and it looked like
when somebody join you in the sabotage,
right? Join you in packing you up, but. Then somebody said, "Well, you won because you got a celebrity talking about you. You're a regular person, so just you got some attention from it."
We'll forget about her.
Right, in 2 seconds. Probably already forgotten at this point. I just laughed because it's potato.
So last week we were supposed to have like a random day, like when we talked. We didn't get to because we went to the college to see our kids. And first of all, Eastern Shore is not close.
No.
When we timed this trip, it said it was an hour. And Mo said 2 hours. We didn't get there until 5 hours later. 5 hours later.
First of all, when you hear Eastern Shore, it could be anywhere from crossing the bridge to all the way Ocean City. Like,
it was, yeah. So, yeah, I thought we was going to make it back in time for a show.
We didn't get to share the show because my phone up there now. I need a spare phone. Somebody lend me a spare phone.
But yeah, so we're going to do the random day today.
Yes.
So first, how was your week?
My week was good. What did I do? It was my mom's birthday, and that was great. I spent some time with her, had a good time. Got to treat my parents to brunch, and I always my parents took amazing care of me, of course. And now I feel like it's my time to give back and pay for them and do stuff. They're expensive though, and I know I was expensive, but that's 2 of them, and they're expensive. But no, I took them out. I felt good about it. We had a good time. I'm gonna see her again this week. I'm just spoiling her for her birthday. And then what else? It was Morgan's homecoming last week. I didn't go because I couldn't peel myself out of bed. But it seemed like everybody had a really good time. I did get to see one of my college friends the week before, the one who bought me this shirt. I hadn't seen her in 5 years.
So who is it again?
Maria.
The
last time I saw her was when I went to her college graduation in 2019. Yeah, 2019, and I had got ghosted.
By her?
No, the guy in the hotel.
Oh, right,
that time. Yeah, because I was going to stay with him that night and then go to her graduation.
Right.
And he never showed up to the hotel. So that was the last time I saw her. So for reference, the fact that was during my crazy days, it's been 5 years. So we had a lot to catch up on. We went to the bar, hung out, talked. She had went to the Ravens game, so that was nice to catch up with her. Other than that, I just been really trying to start to do things I enjoy. I've been still baking. This weekend I made little cinnamon bun cheesecakes, and they turned out pretty good.
It was good.
And then the leftover, because I had some leftover cheesecake mix, I just made a little cake, and that was cool too. I didn't have enough for it to really be as thick as it was supposed to be, but it was just like the leftovers, and I didn't want to waste it. So yeah, I feel like I'm getting better with understanding all the ingredients and stuff. And, I hate math, and I didn't realize how much baking was. I was going to have to do math. It's too much. So
science.
Yeah, math and science. I ain't got time for it. But anyway, I'm having fun doing it, and I've still been going to the gym. I was really, really sore last week, abnormally sore, so I didn't go after I went Tuesday. I was supposed to go Thursday. I didn't go Thursday. And then I was supposed to go Saturday. And Saturday I was just all right here. It was hurt so bad to even stand up. I was limping. I was walking like this. And James was cracking up. He's like, please stop. But now I feel like I'm recovered, so I'm gonna go back tomorrow.
Okay. Have you been like taking recovery powder after
Nope.
like?
Nope. And
It helps a lot.
Okay.
Well, protein rebuilds your muscles and stuff.
Okay.
But they do have recovery powder that Gambit told me about.
And it's helped.
Yeah,
It helps.
really helps. Yeah.
That's good because, like, I don't know. Before I wasn't, maybe because I had all this time off. Like now I'm like restarting, and it's painful.
Yeah.
Like, gosh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
I think that's it. Yeah, just been chilling, and of course got to hang out with you.
Oh yes. I bombarded myself. I invited myself to her house.
She did. It was a good time.
And then I forced the alcohol down that throat.
She did. No, actually did.
This is
Not an exaggeration.
not exaggerating.
Like literally, James laying on the couch. She like,
And I wasn't even drinking until I got to their house.
and she brought it to us.
Oh, so funny. Then I passed out on the floor.
Yes.
At least you gave me a blanket this time.
Listen, they will not let this go, y'all. Like, I didn't give them a blanket 1 or 2 times. And I probably didn't even have extra blankets because that was before I was a real adult. So I don't understand. But they won't let it go. It's okay.
Okay.
I gave a blanket for each person in the family.
You did.
Still get talked about.
You did give a blanket for all of us.
Yes.
And Xander, he took his off.
Of course.
Yeah. Because I was like, he don't got no blanket, but it was right in the corner.
He took it off every time.
Every single time. Okay, that's going on for me.
Yes.
They get on my nerves at work.
Yikes.
I think I'm too comfortable at work. And it's stopping me from my goals. Some of my goals.
It's about to be so loud as you talk.
People, while I'm trying to talk. Anyway, I think I've been too comfortable. So it's really nothing I could do. I'm not like quitting right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to refocus. Like the job is the job and leave it there, and then come home and do what I need to do, basically. I started dancing again by myself. I was kind of surprised at how I went back into it because I got inspired, I guess, by my friend. I went to her dance, her show, and she is an interpretive dancer with a group, and it was like really amazing. So, like, it inspired me to start dancing again. Yeah, I was like, I can still do this. It's weird.
You're going to do classes?
I don't know. I think I just want to do it by myself for now, and then because I need to stretch more.
Yeah.
Like I can still leap and spin, but I need my leaps to get a little better and stuff like that. I was never trained like you, so I don't know
It's been so long.
I don't know the words, but I do them.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the plie and stuff. I don't know the words, but I've always done them. But yeah, I did. This morning I danced to one of us, Deception.
Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun. And I'm trying to get back into that. And I'm trying to get into swimming. I left my gym. I left Planet Fitness. Someone told me that eventually you're going to outgrow Planet Fitness. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's stupid. Why would I outgrow Planet Fitness? It has everything I need. And I realized that it doesn't have everything I need. So I finally left them. It's been years. And I'm going to a new gym now. It's called Mac, and it's down the street, and it has a pool.
What?
Yes, but it's just so expensive. But I told Mo, I said, if I'm spending all this money, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Planet Fitness was like $10, $20.
Right. You don't even notice it. Then it come out, but oh, okay. All right.
Yes, I'm going to take it seriously because I'm spending money on a gym. So, what's about it? I think that's it. So, we have a bag. Kind of talk about some of this stuff, but we can talk about it in more depth.
It has a pool.
It has a pool.
Why are you doing all this? See, I didn't know when I wrote it. I was writing on the whole page. I didn't even know it was supposed to be strict. She be setting me
Okay,
up.
I told her to write topics, y'all, and we're gonna put it in the bag and pull it out. And so I wrote some dumb stuff, y'all.
Lord.
So I'm so random. I'll be on TikTok, right? And you know how they be like, you built your TikTok brick by brick. I definitely did.
I need to rebuild mine.
So I found out that, so you know how Central America and South America is connected. America, like North America, is all connected.
Mm-hmm.
Canada, U.S., Mexico, Central, South. So I thought you could just drive all the way down to the end, right? Apparently, there's this place. Hold on, I had to look up some stuff. That is not right. Mm-hmm.
Go on. Aubrey said, "How do we sign up? Let's go."
You gotta go. You gotta take a. They make you take a tour. Oh wow. Okay. So yes, there's a place called Darien Gap. It's called the Darien Gap, and it's very dangerous. And it's a jungle between Panama and Colombia. And it said they tried to build a highway, right?
I just think,
hello. They tried to build a highway, but it was too dangerous because it's a whole bunch of animals and like murderers and everything. And gang members.
It sounds like a movie.
I know.
It is a movie. I feel like this happens in a movie.
Has you. And they can't build a highway.
James said, "Boo, pirates." I knew he was coming.
He's my biggest hater, y'all.
He really is.
Oh, it's unsafe. It's home to drug traffickers, smugglers, paramilitary groups, and it's very
the jungle.
In the jungle, you must wait till the dikes are recovered.
Right,
and that's exactly where it is.
So you gotta fly.
You have to fly. Mm-hmm. Some people travel through because they trying to get to America. So the people from South America and they die.
I was about to say, do they even make it?
A lot of them. So it's it's like this, it's a random white man. He tried to go through with them, and he do, but it's real dangerous. Like, and you should see how the videos of this place. It's all these trees and then fog over it.
No, I'm not meant to go through. I'm not meant to be there. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes you should just understand that you are not meant to do certain things.
I think so too.
Like, it reminds me of that guy that was like that wanted to go to the island, and the indigenous people there was like, they don't fuck with people.
Yeah.
And he got killed.
Yeah.
Leave people alone. Leave stuff alone.
Yes. So that's the Darien Gap. Your turn.
Okay. Why grab all of them? Oh, this is something I wrote because I found this out this week. Reason insurance gets denied for tests.
Oh,
So
it's going to be a good one.
I learned this week because I'm about to get my first mammogram. Everybody, make sure you go get your boobies checked when it's time. So I'm about to get my first mammogram, and I just switched back to Blue Cross Insurance, which I'm really happy about. So I've been having all these appointments lately, just trying to get my life back together since I'm finally away from Kaiser. And my OB/GYN was like, yes, you can get a mammogram. Like, don't let them tell you can't. They're going to try to tell you can't get one, but you can because you have a family history. And it's time. I'm like, okay, cool. I call them. First of all, they give me like a whole runaround. They're like, how old are you? And I was like, 35. They're like, oh no, you can't have one. I'm like, I have this person and this person in my family with cancer. Like, and they're close people. Like, it's not like a random cousin. And she's like, nope, you're still not old enough. How old were these people when they got cancer?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, one was in her 60s and one was in her 50s. No, if they're not under 50, you can't get one before 40. But the good thing is my OB had already written a referral. And if she says I can get it, I can get it. So I was able to schedule it. So I scheduled it, no problem. I scheduled it at Mercy Hospital because I like Mercy. And that's where my family goes. So I'm like, cool. Schedule at the hospital. They sent me a letter. Or no, they sent me a text and was like, please call us back. I'm like, what? First of all, why am I getting a text? They'll tell me to call back the office. I call the office back and they're like, oh, your insurance doesn't cover it. My insurance doesn't cover a mammogram. They're like, well, it doesn't cover it at the hospital. It only covers it like at the clinics, like either like advanced radiology or like Lutherville physicians. Like you can get it through Mercy, but not at the physical hospital. I'm like, well, that's dumb. It's the same procedure. It's the same hospital, just a different location. So they schedule me for another location. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. So I tell my mom and she's like, what? That's so crazy. It's the same procedure. Why does it matter if you get it at one Mercy location versus another Mercy location? So she had to go down to the hospital and she asked them. She was like, my daughter's trying to get a mammogram and she was having a hard time. Like they denied her insurance and said she had to go to the clinic. So apparently if you get it done in the hospital, because you're in the hospital, just because you're in the hospital, it's more expensive. And the insurance is like an extra charge to do it in the hospital, and the insurance doesn't want to cover the charge. So that's why if you ever try to get something done and they send you to like a side clinic through like an affiliate, it's because they don't want to pay the extra money. It's probably not even that much to go down to the hospital because it's more, at the hospital. And I was like, what?
That makes sense.
So now I understand why like there's all these, like, you got the hospital, but then you have all these like affiliate places because some people's insurance probably doesn't cover them to go to the hospital. Like even just recently when I went to my OB, I went in a clinic instead of down to the hospital. So I wonder if it was cheaper because I went there. Yeah.
That's
crazy.
And why does hospitals charge so much?
Right, but I'm getting the same procedure somewhere else. Justine said she found it out with her surgeries. So now it makes sense. I always wonder, like, why is there so many offices? Like, the doctors practice in the hospital and they practice at all these, like, affiliate places. So that was interesting. I've been, like, really, like, looking into insurance stuff recently because I feel like it's just stupid. Like, as car insurance, health insurance, all the insurances are just dumb.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's good information.
Yes.
Okay.
If they ever deny you, try one of the affiliate places.
Information. Oh, we have a video.
Oh, just a
random video.
All right, y'all.
Yay.
I'm just gonna click on something.
Hello, my name is Sophia, and I was a scare actor at a haunted house for 2 seasons. And since it is that lovely time of year, I thought I would make a video talking about ways to not be a jerk to the haunted house actors when you are going through a haunted house. Because boy, have I seen and experienced some stuff. First of all, do not come to a haunted house drunk or high or under the influence of something. Also, if you are aware that your main response or a possible response to being scared by something like a scare actor at a haunted house is to throw hands, don't go to a haunted house. I seriously cannot count the amount of times that I have been punched by guests going through the haunted house as a scare actor, to the point where somebody punched me straight in the center of my face and almost broke my nose. I had a bloody nose that night. With how hard they hit me, I don't know how they didn't break my nose. Another thing to keep in mind is that us actors, we are people. We have feelings and we have bodies that feel stress and feel pain and everything like that. A lot of us haunt actors are up until 2, 3 a.m. some nights scare acting, with guests still walking through the haunted house, still open. And I have worked 12-hour shifts before at a haunted house. I have. And they're hard. The stress that our bodies get put under while working at haunted houses is wild. This next one is for the parents out there. For the love of God, please do not force your children into haunted houses when they don't want to go. The amount of times I have had to break character to safely escort a child who is having a flat-out panic attack out of the haunted house is so sad. There's also like a game plan that I'm sure most haunted houses have with their actors. I know the one I worked at did, where we have like a plan in which in what ways we can help kids who are panicking or who are really scared and having a hard time getting through the haunted house, how we can act and still remain in character, but have ways to show the kid that we are still people and that it's just a show and that we're not going to hurt them and that it's okay. We're just here to entertain you. So those are just a few ways in which you should be kind to haunted house actors, because it's a hard job, but we do it because we love it. So this Halloween season, just remember, we're here to entertain you. So enjoy the ride.
It's like, oh, from the point of view of a haunted house actor. So I don't go on haunted houses because the first time I went in one, my reaction was to hit. So that was my reaction. That's what I did. And since then,
You punched a person?
yeah,
You punched a person?
I was a kid. So now I don't do it because I don't know if that's still going to be my reaction. It probably wouldn't be, but I don't know.
I love haunted houses.
I'm going to delete these videos as I go.
I keep my hand to myself.
I tried. Maybe I didn't. I don't know, but yeah.
Six Flags has like 6 haunted houses.
Yeah.
5 or 6.
That's
And
terrifying.
we try to go through all of them. I feel like I haven't gone through all of them yet. But I will. Because I feel like we get there too late.
Yeah.
Then we start closing down.
You got to start earlier.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you kind of want to wait till it gets a little...
Yeah, until it gets dark. Because
Yeah.
that's when the spooky scaries come out.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I wonder if they're going to do, because when COVID happened, they didn't do the whole zombie thing.
Yeah.
It was whack.
Oh.
Maybe they'll bring it back. Oh, yeah. Good to meet you.
Because you picked it up. Video.
Another video.
All right. It's a grab bag today. This is really trick or treat. Let's do...
I promise to smack ass every chance I get. That's all I got.
Is that it? Come on, Cody. Are you sure?
I didn't write nothing down.
That's what you're going out with?
That's what I'm going with.
And lastly, I vow that when death does choose to take my hand, I will hold you with my other. I will hold you with my other, and I promise to find you in every life.
You can see the beginning.
Yeah, I gotta play it one more time, y'all, because it skipped. Let's see if it does it.
I promise to smack ass every chance I get. That's all I got.
Is that it? Come on, Cody. Are you sure?
If somebody did that If that was somebody's vows, if I was getting married and somebody's vows say, I'm gonna smack that ass every time I get.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Like, I can see if you had a whole heartfelt thing and
it was a little jokey joke. But no, that was the whole thing. That was
pretty sad. That's it.
Yeah, that's all you got.
You're going out with it. Embarrassing.
That's why you got.
If I was his family, I would have been like, oh.
Right. Exactly. You got to watch who you marry.
And he could be a great husband.
But no, there's a time and a place. That's what I've been really scrolling through on TikTok a lot lately. Is like these disaster weddings or like these like issues that happen. James, don't play with me. He said he takes notes. Don't play with me. Anyway, I've been watching these like disaster weddings, these things that people do for their wedding that you realize down the line, like you really didn't have to do, like it was extra for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Or those videos about what happened to the bridesmaids after, like the relationships, how they changed. I was like, whoa, that'd be messy TikTok.
That is messy.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's your turn.
Is it?
Yeah.
I told you I got a random thing.
What did you put?
The Bering Strait. Let's talk about it.
What is that?
So, Bering Strait is basically what separates Russia and Alaska.
Oh, okay.
This is my thing. This is my whole thing. Russia and Alaska is that close.
And you know what's crazy?
You want to say the same thing I'm about to say?
We really clowned Sarah Palin. And she was right. I used to be like, her dumb ass. Like, why would you say you could see Russia from your backyard? You live in Alaska. Like, I would have died on that hill. We called her dumb for so long. Like, collectively, the world was talking about her.
She really can't
see it. Like,
and here's another thing. Here's the second thing. That's stupid. How you say the world is flat? If Russia is that close to Alaska, if Alaska over here with us, just chilling, how Russia getting there?
I don't understand.
If the world is flat.
Listen, and then you know what? The people that believe stuff like that, they refuse to be like educated.
Yeah.
So they refuse to change their mind. And I've learned now. I'm not about to argue with somebody that won't change their mind once facts present themselves. Like now that I know that Sarah Palin can see Russia from Alaska, I'm like, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I made a mistake. I will own that. And I called you dumb for no reason. I mean, you was dumb for other reasons, but that wasn't one of them.
We didn't know.
We
didn't know. When I found that out, I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, okay, here it is. Where I put it. Russia and Alaska are separated by the Bering Strait, which is the narrowest point, and it's about 55 miles wide. It's 55 miles to Pennsylvania from here. It's separated from here to Pennsylvania.
That's crazy.
And the closest landmass is two islands. Is Big Diomede and I guess the Little Diomede, which belong to the United States. I guess. Oh, the Big Diomede belongs to Russia. Little Diomede belongs to us.
Wow. Nope, had no idea.
No idea.
Sorry, Sarah. Miss Palin, Vice President. Well, she was trying to be.
I don't think she ever made it.
She was trying to be Vice President.
Yeah.
Who was she supposed to be with? McCain. Yeah. So
when our presidents was normal.
Right. Before. I'm so extra.
Right.
Oh Lord.
Oh no, you take that one. Okay. So we have so it's
go on.
It's almost Halloween.
This is
so we
Halloween.
have some stories.
Like Halloween related stories.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
But some of them kind of long, so I don't want to read the long ones. Okay, this is called What I Saw on Halloween in 1998.
Oh.
I still remember that Halloween night like it was yesterday, even though it was the fall of 1998. I was 13, still young enough to trick or treat. Hey, I think I was 13 in 1998. Anyway, but
Old.
but old enough to know I was, and old enough to know it would probably be my last year. That's stupid. I trick or treat right now. You know that awkward age where you're not a kid anymore, but not quite ready to let go of the things you love? Yeah, I was right there. My best friends Josh and Ethan and I had made plans weeks in advance. It wasn't just about candy. Halloween in our town was a huge deal. Streets would be packed with children, and parents partied while kids ruled the night, running through the lawn with half-assed costumes causing mischief. The houses were decorated to the max, with fake spider webs stretching across porches, jack-o'-lanterns flickering orange on every step, and skeletons hanging from trees. And the air, it had a crisp bite, just cold enough to see your breath when you exhale, but not so cold you needed more than a sweatshirt. You could smell the damp earth, fallen leaves, the chocolate, and a little something else. That scent of plastic from store-bought costumes. Man, it was perfect. Three of us had met up at Josh's house as soon as dusk started to creep in. The kind where, and his parents were hosting one of those Halloween parties for grown-ups, the kind where they hand out apple cider to the kids and spiked cider for themselves. We had our last-minute costumes, nothing fancy. Ethan had thrown on a scream mask. Josh was a zombie, and I was wearing a cheap Batman cape with black hood. When you get older, around 13, they don't be caring about their costume no more. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
We hit the houses on our street first, just to get things going. The wind rustled and the orange-yellow leaves at our feet. At the orange-yellow leaves at our feet as we walked, you could hear them tumbling along the pavement. The sun had just about disappeared, leaving behind this deep purple hue in the sky. The last light of the day slowly fading away. Porch lights flicked on, and soon we were moving through the first wave of trick-or-treaters. Those little kids with the parents holding pillowcases already stuffed with candy. The sounds of the giggling, the wind blowing through the trees, and the occasional shriek from someone who got spooked by a fake ghoul on someone's lawn. It felt like Halloween in its purest form. After a few blocks, we made our way to Franklin Street. We have Franklin Street.
Right. I was gonna say, where they at?
Now, Franklin wasn't like any other street. It had big house on flowers. Old Victorian.
Not the same one.
Old Victorians that had been there for over a century. They always went all out for Halloween, each house trying to one up the other with elaborate decorations and bowls filled with full-size candy bars. All the houses on Franklin Street looked like they came straight out of a Halloween movie, all except one, the Mellow House. Everyone in town knew about the Mellow place. It was creepy all year round, not just Halloween. The house had been built sometime in the 1800s, 3 stories tall with an overgrown yard that looked like it had been mowed since I was born. The owners, Mr. and Mrs. Mello, were an older couple that never came outside. I think I saw Mr. Mello once or twice picking up mail, but he was always gone before I could say hello. As we got closer to Franklin, Josh nudged me. Give you a handful of candy if you knock on the door at the Mello place this year. I laughed it off. Psych. And then what? Get murdered? But deep down, I was feeling that familiar pull, the dare, challenge. It wasn't Halloween without doing something stupid, right? We made our way down Franklin Street along with the other trick-or-treaters. There was a constant buzz of chatter and laughter as we joined the crowd, moving slowly down the sidewalk. The Mallow house loomed ahead of us as we made our way closer to it, sitting completely dark. The gate at the front of the yard was open. The path leading up to the front porch covered in a layer of wet leaves. As usual, there was no decorations, no fake cobwebs, just ruins. No plastic tombstones, no pumpkins, but it didn't need scary decorations. The house was scary enough on its own. I didn't even have to say it out loud. We all knew what was next. Josh and Ethan started slowing down as we got closer. I could feel the shift in the air. The excited banter between us had faded to awkward silence. It was that kind of house that no one really talked about, but everyone knew just to stay away. You always passed by a little quicker. And we're going to pause there until you pull the Reddit out.
Okay. Put this back in.
No, it's more in there.
Okay. Okay. New guest.
New guest. Oh, I thought you said nude guest. Give me this.
What kind of show you trying to have? Nude guest, y'all. That's what she want.
We have new guests coming on the 21st and the 28th.
Don't get her to lie, y'all.
21st and the 28th. On the 21st, we're going to have Sierra. She's a liquor rep in Baltimore.
Okay.
And she's coming to join us. And then we have on the 28th, we have Miss Kim. And she's so excited. She's an older lady and she works in cybersecurity. And she knows a lot of secrets. But she can't tell us, but she's gonna tell us some stuff.
Right. Careful.
But she said when I met her, she was like, "You got Facebook and TikTok and all that?" I was like, "Yeah." She said, "You need to get off of that." I said, "I know." She know all the secrets and why we shouldn't be on there.
And guess what?
I don't do nothing illegal. So
I'm still gonna be on TikTok, especially. One day I might not have other ones, but I'm gonna have TikTok. Nothing can take me.
Right. And we have another guest. He did not set his date yet, but his name is Trey, and he's a drag queen. We're going to see him on the 13th.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get a date by then. So we have 3 guests lined up. We're doing some big things.
We are.
Yeah. Okay. Not new guests.
Right. Not nude. They will have clothes on.
They will have clothes on. The gym. We were talking about this, but I wanted to talk about it deeper. So I have. I can't call him a trainer. He's not a trainer. He's more like a consultant. That's what I'm gonna call him.
Okay.
Consultant. So, and he tells me what I should and shouldn't do, and we figure out what works best. Because it's really hard to lose weight when you have insulin resistance. So you have to pair your diet with that kind of stuff too. And I told myself this the last year, I'm not going into 40s being fat. So this is it. It's the last time. And I'm real serious this time. And that's why I had to leave my gym and go. I know that when I swim, I'm going to burn a whole bunch of calories and I'm going to have fun. Right. So I have to think about having fun, because if I don't have fun, I'm not going to do it. And that's like with work too, honestly.
Yeah, facts.
But I have to think about that. What do you think is the hardest thing about going to the gym?
For me, it's being consistent. Like, I like my schedule to be the same, but unfortunately, that's not always possible.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the gym Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And great, that works. But some Saturdays I have things to do, and then I feel like I get thrown off because I didn't meet my 3 days, and then I just start falling off. Or like Tuesdays, if I go, I have to go like either super early or late because of my clients. And then if it's not consistent, like if it's not a scheduled time, I feel like I'm like, oh, no, it didn't work this day. All right, let's try again next week. And then I just set like the whole week is done. So for me, it's consistency.
Okay. I think that would be the same for me. Like if something changes in the day, it changes everything.
Right.
So, and I'm trying to work on discipline with my therapist and everything, because I'm really terrible at having discipline. I think I don't want anything telling me what to do. And I think that's terrible.
You're a rebel.
Yeah, that's terrible. I need to have some type of. I need something telling me what to do. Like you have to do this. You have to get up. Eating past 9 is a big thing for me. If I eat past 9, that really it helps me gain weight.
Yeah.
And so I've been pretty good on that one.
It's hard when you stay up late.
Yeah.
Like to not eat late, or if you're doing something like we're doing this, and when I go home, I'm gonna be hungry.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna eat something.
If I learn to start starving, because
Good night.
and I told my consultant this. I said I'm starving because he put me on a chicken plan, and then the next week was beef, and then the next week was pork. I wasn't hungry during beef. I wasn't that hungry on pork, but chicken, I was starving. And that's stupid because chicken, I mean, they all got protein, but you know, they say you go to chicken, protein is in chicken. Like,
Right.
That's a lot of protein. And you would think you're not going to be hungry, but I was hungry during that
Right.
week. But I told him I don't feel as healthy during the beef and pork week that I do chicken week.
Right.
So I think we're taking pork out.
Okay.
And we're going to keep the beef and the chicken.
Williams, you late. You told me where's the Halloween twist. Some of the videos have been Halloween. We got Halloween stuff. The title is Halloween. Listen, it's in there. You late.
That's on the right.
Oh, you already talked about this too a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Interpretive dance.
How you feel about interpretive dance?
I like all styles of dance.
Okay. What's your favorite?
Ballet.
Ballet.
Yeah. But I just like, honestly, I'm amazed at dance because it allows the body to do things that sometimes you're like, whoa, how did you even do that? And the reason I liked ballet was because I'm so clumsy. But when I was dancing ballet, I was not clumsy. Like, it allowed me to be graceful. So that's why I like ballet.
Yeah, I think the same. I'm very clumsy, but not when I'm dancing.
Yeah, like, I don't know, something changes when I'm dancing. So, yeah, I miss dance. I really do. I've told myself I'm going to get back into it as an adult. I'm going to go take classes. I'm going to start at the beginner level. Then I'll be like, dang, can I do that? Am I about to embarrass myself, snap, crackling, and popping all around the dance studio?
Yeah. Like, I want to come down a little more before I start even trying to learn do choreography or teach anything. Or even join someone else's dance, because that was an idea.
Right.
I just want to come down and wait a little bit more, because walking up the steps is winded.
Right. We sounded like freaking Rice Krispies getting off this couch. So I'm like, I really feel like I shouldn't do this right now. I stood up earlier when I went to go come over here, and my leg, it didn't fully give out, but I lost my footing, and I was like, what is wrong with my leg? And James just looking at me like, get it together. So I feel like I have to try to do a little more.
Yeah. So the place I went, it was in Silver Spring. And it was an interpretive dance about capitalism. Mm-hmm. And my friend, she started the whole dance. She was the first one to dance. And then the crowd, it was 20 of them. They came out and they all visually showed how capitalism worked. And it was a voice playing and a video playing. And it was very deep. It was one of the guys got up and he stood on a little platform, and they was trying to pull him down like crabs in a bucket and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. And what was another thing that happened? It was a baby voice. Not a baby, but she was a very young voice talking about how she wants people to work in factories. And she was basically describing capitalism, but it was a baby voice. It was kind of scary, honestly. The whole thing was kind of scary.
Yeah.
And I think she did very well.
Okay.
Yes.
Justine said Zumba. Yes, I used to love Zumba. I used to go twice a week to Zumba, way back when I was going to the Y, because they had a lot of classes. So that's a good idea, something like Zumba to kind of get back into it.
The Y was another place I looked before I found the mat. to go to.
Yeah, I love the Y. I had a discount when I was going because I worked at Hopkins. So for like a family, because it was like the whole family joined, and it was cheap, but I don't get the discount anymore. So
Yeah, for the family it's like 70 something, but if you pay like 100, you get 10 people. I'm like, we all can like come together.
yeah, that's not
like
bad at all.
$100 if you find 10 people
You'll
that'll
find
do
10 people that'll do
Yeah.
it, stick with it, and actually
Yeah,
pay.
and actually play.
Right.
That's the problem.
That's the
I
problem.
don't care if you stick with it. You better pay.
Hey, you said you was in this. Let's write up some contracts.
Yep. That tastes great.
Yes.
We'll pick that.
Me.
Oh, I'm glad I keep picking the ones that I put in.
What did you do?
Point Nemo.
What is that?
There is a place on Earth that is far from land. It's so far from land, it's closer to the astronauts on the space station.
No. Justine said I can get y'all in for free. What, the Y? Say more.
Yeah, say more right now.
Right.
It's called Point Nemo. It's the most remote spot in the ocean, farther from any land.
No.
It's referred to as the oceanic pole of inaccessibility. It's located in the South Pacific Ocean, and Point Nemo is about 1,450 nautical miles from the nearest land, which makes it the most isolated place on Earth.
Wow.
And
who is there?
Nobody. It's in the middle of the ocean.
Is it an island?
No islands. No.
Oh, it's just with the water.
Water. Yeah. So the closest landmass is Ducie Island, Motunua, and Maha Island, and they're all uninhabitable. So nobody can live on those islands.
It's probably somebody on it, and they probably don't want you to come on there. They're gonna kill you.
Point Nemo is so remote. You know what? Those people should have never killed that man, because now we think everybody
on the island. Indigenous people of the islands.
But Point Nemo is so remote that astronauts aboard the International Space Station are often closer to it than any humans on land. This area of the ocean is largely devoid of human activity and frequently used as a spacecraft graveyard. Decommissioned satellites and space debris is sent to re-enter Earth's atmosphere and crash into the ocean. And at this point, because it's so close to the space station.
Listen, that makes me think there's some stuff going on.
It's right there.
Right, something is there. If there's no human, something is there. Some animal we never seen.
Yeah,
something.
So funny. The remoteness of Point Nemo has contributed to its relative isolation from human impact, and it is located within the part of the Pacific Ocean that is known as the South Pacific Gyre, a vast current system that leaves the waters in the area relatively devoid of nutrients and marine life. Literally, like, animals aren't even there.
Right. They said nope. Exactly. If ain't nothing there, no human, like you can't get to nobody, something is there.
Something there. And you're dropping space stuff?
Very much something.
Space stuff?
Yeah, very much something.
Very much there. Something.
In there.
So a boat, there was a race, and the boats had to pass it. They said they didn't see anything, but you know, people lie every day.
Right. Maybe the things didn't want to be seen.
People lie every day. And if the world was flat, why is that Point Nemo that's closer to the space?
Right. It don't make no sense.
That don't make no sense.
Ernest bag, y'all. Like, what's going on? Well, I always grab 800.
Because they sticky.
Reddit.
Okay. Back to our story.
Yes.
Where was that?
I don't remember. I know when I hear it.
Okay. Okay. Josh and Ethan started. Oh, we all knew what was next. Josh and Ethan started slowing down as we got closer, and I could feel the shift in the air. The excited banter between us had faded to an awkward silence. It was that kind of house that no one really talked about, but everyone knew just to stay away. You always passed by a little quicker, maybe glanced at it out the corner of your eye, but you never lingered. It wasn't because it was haunted. There were no ghost stories. It was just creepy. People whispered about the Mallows, mostly rumors. Mr. Mallow was some kind of veteran, though no one was sure. Mrs. Mallow was even more of a mystery. Some said she had dementia and was shut up in the upstairs rooms. That reminded me of a visit.
Yeah.
Others swore she was dead. Either way, no one had seen her in years. I'm not going up there. They're freaking weirdos, Ethan said. He tried to sound casual, but I could hear the edge in his voice. Josh kicked at the sidewalk, trying to act like he wasn't bothered. I glanced up at the house, a hulking Victorian with peeling paint, sagging roof, and windows that seemed too narrow, like they were squinting down at you. Every year, that house stood there, untouched by Halloween spirit, no pumpkins, no lights, nothing. Josh, of course, wasn't going to let it go. He had this thing about proving himself, especially if Ethan and I were around. That year, we spent most of our afternoons watching Faces of Death tapes in his basement, trying to outdo each other for the tolerance of gore. He'd never admit it, but it wasn't about candy. It was about who would back down first. He nudged me, a grin plastered on his face. I'll go if you go. My stomach nodded. But I wasn't about to back down. Not in front of them. Fine, I muttered. But we're in and out. I not get the candy and leave. What candy? Ain't gonna be no candy. Ethan looked between us, clearly not thrilled. He wasn't about to be the only one to chicken out. Let's just make it quick, he said. I don't want to hang around this place. We crossed the street and made our way toward the Mellow house. The closer we got, the colder it seemed to get, as if the place had its own climate. I can hear the dampness in the air now, the earthy smell from the neglected garden mixed with the scent of the old wood. Our footsteps crunched softly, and the sound seemed to disappear into the thick silence surrounding the house. When we reached the gate, we paused. The iron bars were rusty, and the gate itself hung crooked on its hinges, like it hadn't been open for years. But tonight it was ajar, just wide enough for us to slip through. If it was always closed and that one's open, why would you go through?
Absolutely not.
Josh, ever the brave one, was the first to step inside. The moment he crossed the threshold, the air seemed to thicken.
Nope.
I followed, feeling the weight of the atmosphere pressing down on me. Ethan brought up the rear, looking back over his shoulder every few seconds, as if expecting something or someone to jump out from behind the bushes. The porch creaked under our weight as we climbed the steps. I hope it's not none of y'all cards.
Wait, hold on. Let me. Oh, it cut off. Let's get my.
Make sure.
Make sure this is locked.
Right. The porch creaked under our weight as we climbed the steps. I could see the door now, a massive oak thing with a brass knocker shaped like a lion's head. It looked ancient, the kind of thing that looked like it belonged in a museum. The windows were dark and covered with heavy curtains that looked like they hadn't been opened in decades. I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched from behind them. I reached out and grabbed the knocker. I hesitated for a second, my hand hovering over the cold brass. Before bringing it down with a loud thump, the sound echoed through the house, hollow and unsettling. We waited. For a long moment, nothing happened. The wind picked up, rustling the leaves in the yard, but inside the house, there was only silence. Josh shot us a look, trying to play it cool, but I could see the tension in his jaw. Well, he whispered, I guess no one's home. Ethan turned to leave. Sorry, guys. Nope. Peace out. He's smart. But before he could leave, we heard it. The faint creak of the floorboards, like someone shifting their weight inside.
Nope.
We froze. Another creak, closer this time. Then the soft click of the lock being turned.
Nope.
The door opened slowly, inch by inch, until it revealed a narrow gap. No light came from inside, just darkness. So thick, it felt like it could swallow us whole. Then I heard a voice, low and raspy. Come in.
No. Why are you like this? I did that one. Go ahead.
Oh. Video.
All right. Oh, I'm going to pick this one.
Tonight, we're going to the 17th door. They tell you that they're gonna tase you, and they make you sign a waiver that says that they could tase you. I'm going to show you the last room. If you have a fear of being held underwater for a long time, please do not watch this video. They make us crawl through these tiny, tiny tunnels with locks on the end. They tell us the combination, and it doesn't work. Then the ceiling starts closing in. Then the room fills up with water. And they just held us there.
I think they're dying right now.
Would you try this?
That is the 17th floor
Of
haunted house. It's a haunted house where you have to sign a waiver, just like the other one, but this one you sign a waiver. I saw videos that like they shave your hair off sometimes. Like you have to consent. You get electric shock. They have a suffocation room where they like put a bag, like a bag goes over you, and then they have like, and you sign a waiver. So if you die, you die.
You die.
That's it. And people really go to this place. So
It's like
so many videos on TikTok.
It's like the other place.
Except the other one eventually got shut down because people weren't making it. It was like 8 to 10 hours. This is just like a regular haunted house experience, but you try this stuff in the different rooms. I'm not trying that. Yeah.
People are crazy.
I'm never doing that.
Yeah. Play another one.
All right, let's see.
Stop! You're weird.
I'm gonna get down now. Never been put on the counter before. You mean about to make me look like no bitch on TikTok? Where's the camera? That was weird. That was so weird.
So the first two, I'm like, they were kind of violent, right?
Yeah, like threw them right up there.
Like, why would you?
I wouldn't even be able to do it.
I can. Mo won't let me live him unless if I catch him off guard, maybe.
Yeah, no, I can't lift him.
I think you can try.
I can't even move him. He is solid. I can't do nothing about it.
I'm trying to figure out where you even put him. You gonna move the
everything. It's not even space, and he's not short, so his head going hit the cat, and then he gonna be mad at me. So it's just not even. I can't.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, this is mine. Drink quotas and scripted.
Okay, that's a part of the reality TV one.
Interactions.
Okay,
reality TV, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So what led me down this rabbit hole was I'm watching Love is Blind again, and I'm gonna try not to give spoilers because it just came out. But there was one couple that did not end up going to the place that you go when you select. And it basically was because they weren't selected. They didn't have enough spaces for all the couples that were picked. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize I just thought everybody that picked somebody ended up going. And so then that led me down the rabbit hole of like reality TV, which, ain't real anyway. But some shows, it's like a lot of stuff that's like weird. So there's a show called Love Island, and I saw somebody's video, and they said that like they were only allowed to have one drink. So it looks like they're drinking a lot. but they're only allow them to have one drink. They just make it look like
What's it called?
Love Island.
Wow.
They don't want them to be drunk, and they said the only time they let them have more than one drink is if they're boring. Then they'll give them 2 drinks, but they'll pop a bottle of champagne and make it look like they keep,
That's nothing like Love Is Blind.
Yeah, Love Is Blind is the opposite. So it's weird that like some places want you to be intoxicated.
You're not drinking, by the way.
Some places want you to be intoxicated, and some places don't. And like all the rules that just come with reality TV, and like even certain shows, you'll have something happen that'll make you like redo it for the camera.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize how deep like the reality TV thing went.
Yeah. That's crazy. I'm glad you brought up this because one of my friends was supposed to be on Black Ink Crew Chicago, and she came in to eat before she moved. She moved to another location, so she don't come in as often. But she told me, I said, "What happened?" Like I thought, because she took a picture with the cast and everything, they posted it and all that, and she never came on the show. And I was like, "What happened?" She's like, "Girl, I had to quit." I said, "What happened?" She was like, "Well, first I always I worked for Black Ink Crew New York, and it was fine or whatever. And so that's when they approached me for Chicago, and she said she started filming." They was like, all right, she's a tattoo artist, of course, and her father's a tattoo artist. They wanted her to be like, my father runs Baltimore. He's the tattoo king, so I don't have no place here. So I'm gonna go. I came to Chicago to see if I can find myself and all that.
And none of that was true.
That's not true.
That's hilarious.
That was true. And then she was like, they wanted us to. There is a cast member that used to date the owner, his name's Caesar, and yeah, and a cast member that used to date. I can't remember her name right. Like, what's her name? The one that used to date Caesar. They wanted her to bully her. They wanted her to bully her. She didn't know this lady. She was like, I don't know this lady. What am I supposed? I think it was it Diamond or something like that. They wanted her to bully her and like message her stuff, post stuff.
No.
And she was like, I do not know this lady. Like, what are y'all talking about? Yeah. And she said, everything's fake. They give you storylines.
Yeah.
They take stuff from your life and mix it up into a story. And you just go with it. And I was thinking about that with Rashida and Kurt, because ain't no way.
But she's still with him, so I don't even know.
It's not possible.
Like somebody just was posting good. Like it was scrappy, I think. Like how happy he was for them that they continue to work it out and all. No, this can't be real.
That's not real. It can't be real.
20 years and all that.
He's still trying to sleep with
Jasmine said Duchess. And Christian said, imagine you only get to drink if you're born and the producers keep feeding you drink. Right. Oh, you need another one.
Yeah. Yes, her name is Duchess. They told her to bully Duchess. And I know you never watched the show, but Duchess is a big deal.
Is Duchess the one with the kid that she didn't have?
No, that's Sky.
Okay. Look, I haven't seen that part.
Sky, it was on Baddies.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Duchess dated Caesar.
I know who Caesar is.
Yeah. So she was kind of a big deal.
And she wanted her to bully her.
Yes, they wanted her to bully her. And she was, I don't know that lady.
Right.
Well, she didn't do nothing to me.
Right. I love reality TV. I now just take it for what it is, like on the TV. Like I just think of it as like,
Thank you, Jasmine, by the way.
This is just a show. Like I don't even think it's the real people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody said, so one of the people on Love Is Blind, this isn't like a big deal or anything. She quit her job to be on Love Is Blind, and like she's a young girl and like a pretty like famous job. And I'm like, ain't no way. Like somebody said, there was so many TikToks, like I don't believe none of this. Like they just be creating stuff, creating storylines, because ain't no way.
I don't see a job. I know my job would let me go on a show and I would have my job back.
You came back, back.
So, but she could work in a job that don't care for her like that.
Yeah,
so like, it could be possible.
Yeah, I just question everything.
Yeah, because if I was going on a Love Line and I knew I was making it through, I would quit.
Yeah,
and if they wouldn't let me go, because it would enhance.
Yeah,
it would enhance my.
But because of what this person did, I'm just surprised. Like, I don't know. Like,
what did you do?
She was a football cheerleader for a football team.
Oh yeah, she probably did have to quit.
Yeah,
she couldn't be there.
Right.
This is
football season.
Yeah,
I think that's the one who quit. I can't remember which one quit. I think it was that one. But yeah,
that makes a lot of sense if she did quit.
But it's the whole reality thing is just interesting.
I could go on.
Yes.
The only people that I feel like is real got some real stuff going on is the ones that have been in the game for a long time, like the Real Housewives, the Kardashians.
Yeah.
When we was watching Real World, I felt like that was edited so bad that it had to be real
because the editing was awful.
It was so awful.
Yeah. And then like the shows where people fight, like Zeus shows, like they just be telling people to go ahead and fight.
Yeah, that stuff that gotta be fake.
Yeah, first of all, it's no way all of y'all fight like a windmill. So I can't believe that that's real because all of them be like this. This is how they fight. That's not fighting. Like
unless it's Krissy and her sister.
Yeah.
They all fight.
They all windmill.
Like, why y'all fighting like that?
The men too on Bad
Boys. I can't with Bad Boys.
Like, why they fight like that?
Yes, they just on there fighting. All that is fake. Because why y'all still friends and pictures on IG?
Yeah,
you just busted each other up. The girl, remember the girl that they said that she faked her miscarriage?
Mm-hmm.
Why she hanging out with all of them the next day? But
they was talking all that about her.
They were talking about her.
I think Sean's stuff was real when she jumped up and hit that girl with the pan in the kitchen. I said, "Oh no, that's real."
That she real. I'm about to say she going to jail, but y'all right. She already went.
She definitely went. Wait, was that me? That was me.
Oh, okay. Yay, video. It's gonna be like all videos and like one more Reddit, I think. Yeah.
All right.
That is disgusting. That crumble cookies pop-up in Australia, total sham. Co-founder Sawyer Hemsley confirmed that his brand was not affiliated with the disastrous event at all. We don't blame him.
Actually, very bad.
There was like a little fight in the front of the line.
So after a very official-looking Crumble Sydney TikTok account popped up, Aussies were really excited.
Guys.
And then really outraged.
Terrible. $75 for 5.
In terms of freshness, 0 out of 5.
That might be because the cookies were flown in from the US on a Tuesday, but then sold on a Sunday. But don't worry, organizers say they didn't break any laws. They say that they clearly stated that they were just fans importing, barely made any profit, and complied with all trademark and import rules. So, no hard feelings?
The moral of the story here, crumble cookie isn't all that.
Well, first of all, crumble cookies are not even good the day of.
Here's the thing. If they would have bought crumble cookie and then put them in the oven when they got to Australia, I think they would have made a better profit because it's already dough when you buy it.
Yeah.
So, like, you just put it in the oven.
Right.
On a microwave.
Christian says, so it's wrestling because of the acting of the fights. It might as well be. But yeah, no, crumble cookie is nasty anyway. Mm-hmm. So you mean tell me you put the nasty cookies on a plane, took them, and then sold them like 5 days later? Of course they worse.
I think that is so funny.
They're already
so
not good.
Funny.
People, oh my gosh, this whole crumble thing, since we're talking about crumble cookies, Black people, we cannot fake it. Like, that's why when we used to be reviewing stuff, I'd be like, Jenny, you want me to really, like,
you want me to really review these people?
Because
people hurting their feelings.
Faces are going to show everything I'm feeling. And this is not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, crumble cookies aren't good. And let me tell y'all, I was so excited when Crumble opened at White Marsh. You remember, Jenny? I was like, let's go. We went to Crumble, got the cookies.
So we got them ordered. We ordered
the first time. Yeah, first time we ordered them, it was like, no. Then we drove, and it was like, no. And then we went again. It was like one more time.
We did? It was 3 times?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was still bad.
It was bad all the time.
So now I'm like, it would be like one that was okay. Like we'd be like, we were splitting the cookies in 4, and we would just try them. Me, Jen, and Mo. And then we would have like an extra piece, but we're like, no, it's not good.
They would be still sitting on the refrigerator just rotten.
Days and days and days. Cookies did not last like that in the house.
No.
And it was like this thick, but it was like doughy. Like it was just
and insomnia was so much better.
And we had to cleanse our palate and get insomnia one time. Like we was like, we need insomnia.
You remember Christmas time one time we got Mariah Carey cookies.
Oh yeah, they was good. We did video on them. Yeah. They were not as good as insomnia.
No,
but they were close.
They were good. They wasn't something to pick over insomnia. Like we didn't order them again because we had insomnia.
Right. So far, I haven't found no cookie like insomnia.
Yeah, we just had some.
Crumble ain't it? It's not it
at all. I wish it was.
Yeah.
My consultant said that I needed to follow his. He has a menu that he orders on Crumble, like certain cookies. He said that I need to get his.
It's still nasty.
I said, okay, I'm gonna
give it a try
one time.
we tried too many times.
I know.
Like I can't do it.
I'll bake
my own crumble cookie.
You might as well bake it the one you buy it.
Yeah,
just put it back in the oven.
And then they put that icing on top, and it's just so much. Like it's
a lot. Yeah, I don't play now. Okay, whatever.
All right, another video, y'all. Oh, have y'all had crumble cookies? Is there anybody on here that actually likes crumble cookies? And if so, do you have a recommendation for which one is the best one?
I really like crumble cookies.
Yeah.
Oh, play the Steve Tyler one because that was so sweet.
Okay, well, I'm so excited that you came all the way here to be with me so I could share with you. We've always talked about your Italian side of all musicians, but you never knew about your mom's side. That was a mystery. So we traced the family tree back to my 4 times great-grandfather, Robert Elliott, who is your great-great-great-grandfather. Robert Elliott was part African-American.
I knew it. I knew it. Thank you, God. I always felt akin to black people. Always.
Did you know it?
I had no idea, but I mean, I felt it my whole life.
Oh,
you know?
Amazing. They sort of think that Robert Elliott Sr. might have been an indentured servant.
Wow.
He was in the War of 1812.
Yeah?
And he was a drummer.
Oh my God, that's too good.
And you were a drummer first, right? Was that your first instrument?
Yeah.
So then Robert Elliott had a son named George Washington Elliott. And we found that he had enlisted in the Civil War and he signed up as a white man. He was a drummer in the Civil War.
I'm so loving this. Oh my God. It explains it. This is the best.
George had met a wife back in Plattsburgh and married her, and they went on to have 17 children together.
God.
We have pictures too. I can show you. That's George Elliott and his wife, and this is all 17 of their children.
Amazing.
And they are buried here in this town. And yeah, I'm going to take you to the cemetery so we can go see them.
Okay. Oh, here it is.
Where?
Right here. George Washington Elliott.
Wow. It's just completely touched my heart and expanded my horizons. And it's just sort of given me that little northern star in the sky of following your own inner compass and what you believe in. George was in the Battle of Antietam and in the Battle of Gettysburg. And he
Both of them?
Yeah, both of them. And survived.
I survived both of them.
Yeah.
I survived the music business. I'm a hero.
I thought that was just so sweet because one, when I first found out about Aerosmith, very early in my guitar learning days, I thought Steven Tyler was black when I saw him, and then I asked Dante, and he was like, "No, he's white." And I was staring at him like, "Y'all sure?" So I'm like, "He not mixed or nothing,"
right?
Because Slash, my favorite guitarist, Slash is mixed. So I thought Steven Tyler was mixed. But yeah, because he was it.
And then now you found out.
Yes, and I just thought I know he feels like, oh my God, I was right this whole time, and now I couldn't wait.
Right. Christian said, "Leave some be fruitful for the rest of us."
I know, 17. That's crazy.
That's wow. Wild.
Yes. But I thought that was just so sweet.
Yes.
That happened.
Aww.
Yeah. You can pick another video.
The rest of them are Halloween stuff.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, this stuff always makes me laugh.
Now.
See?
Always stop at those videos.
Yes, they are so funny.
Now, let me finish my Reddit.
Yes.
Okay. A low raspy voice.
No,
come in. I can't do the raspy.
Yeah.
Come in. That's like, oh, come in.
Please.
I glanced at Josh, expecting him to make some stupid joke and bolt, but his face had gone pale. Ethan took a step back, muttering under his breath, "Hell no, man. No way. Ethan must be black." But before any of us could move, the door
Not black enough.
The door opened wide. Standing there in the doorway was Mr. Mello. He looked even older than I expected, more skeletal. His skin was waxy, stretched tight over his bones, and his eyes, you couldn't see them. They looked hollow, empty. Shadows casted around them like two black holes. He didn't smile, didn't offer any kind of greeting, just stood there staring at us. His clothes were dirty, stained in patches. I couldn't identify his hands. His hands were covered in something dark, like oil. My stomach turned as I tried to make sense of it all. Trick or treat? Josh said weakly, his voice crackling. Mr. Mallow's gaze flicked down to Josh, then back to me, and finally to Ethan. His lips twitched like he was trying to smile, but he had forgotten how. Slowly, he raised one hand and motioned for us to come inside. "You boys are just in time," he rasped. "We've been waiting." I felt something cold run down my spine. "We?" Ethan stepped back again, his voice barely audible. "Let's go now." But before we could move, something shifted in the shadows behind Mr. Mallow. I couldn't see it at first, just a movement. Something dark. Then slowly, as my eyes adjusted, I began to make it out. It was Mrs. Mallow, or what was left of her. We stood frozen at the door, eyes locked on the sight before us. Mrs. Mallow was hunched over at the kitchen table, barely illuminated by the dim light. At first glance, she looked almost normal, just an old woman sitting down for a quiet meal. Her thin hands resting limply on the table as though she'd been waiting for someone, waiting for us. Then I saw it. The way her body sagged, like something inside her was giving away, crumbling. Her head lolled to the side, neck bent at an impossible angle, and the body seemed to deflate, slumping lower as if gravity was pulling her apart, piece by piece. Her skin, pale and waxy under the faint light, clung loosely to her bones, too loose, sagging in folds as though her flesh was simply draped over a frame that was barely holding together. She didn't move at first, just sat there, her eyes staring at us. And then there was a sound. It was low at first, a faint crinkling noise. Mrs. Mallow began to shift, slowly, horribly. Her legs seemed to twitch, her knees jerking unnaturally between the table as her whole body started to fold in itself, collapsing in slow motion. Her back arched, her spine pushed out against her thin skin, the bones grinding and popping as if they were breaking apart, rearranging themselves in ways they weren't supposed to.
Rice Krispies.
She was twisting and contorting, her limbs bending in an unnatural angle as her body crumpled lower and lower until she finally poured out of the chair, hitting the floor with a dull thud. For a second, she didn't move, just lay there in a heap, her limbs splayed out, her chest heaving in a slow reps and breath. Then slowly, horrifyingly, she began to crawl. Oh, you know you don't like that.
Nope.
Her hands began to slap against the floor too fast, too eager, like some twisted animal skittering across the ground. Her skin that loose and sagging, dragging behind her as she moved, sticking to the floor in patches like it was melting off her bones. She crawled on all fours, her body twitching with each moment, but her head stayed locked on us. Those empty, hollow eyes fixed on us, unwavering, like she could see us, even though there was nothing there behind them, nothing but blackness. Her mouth hung open, jaw unhinged, but instead of words, a wet gurgling sound bubbled up from her throat,
Ew.
thick and choking, like she was trying to speak, but something inside of her was broken. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. My legs were locked in place, my mind screaming at me to run, but my body just wouldn't listen. She was closer, too fast, her hands slapping across the floor, her joints popping and grinding with each and every movement. And her face, God, her face, it was rotting, decaying, skin peeling away from her cheeks in thick, wet stripes, revealing the gray flesh beneath. The stench hit us then, thick and rancid, an unmistakable smell of something long dead, something that had been festering in the dark for too long. Josh let out a strangled gasp. His voice barely whispered, and he grabbed at my sleeve. Run, he said. His words trembled. Run now. But I couldn't tear my eyes away from her. She was almost at the door, her gnarled fingers reaching out towards us, clawing at the air, reaching out for us. Suddenly, her body convulsed, her back arched violently as her whole frame shuddered. Then she collapsed again, her head hitting the floor with a sickening crack. But she didn't stop. She kept coming, crawling, scraping, and inching closer and closer. Josh was the first to break. He shoved past us, bolting down the steps and back towards the street. Ethan and I were right behind him, not looking back, just running as fast as we could. I could hear the door creak shut behind us, but no footsteps followed, just that horrible silence. We didn't stop until we were halfway down the block, gasping for breath, hearts pounding in our chests. I glanced back at the Mellow House, half expecting us to see them standing there watching us, or worse, chasing us. But the porch was empty, the door was closed. We didn't say anything for a long time, just stood there, gulping down cold air, staring back at the Mellow House, expecting something. But nothing happened. The place was dark and silent again, like it always has been. I could still see the faint glimmer of that dim porch light, but otherwise it was just another shadow on the street. Ethan was the first to speak. His voice was hoarse and shaky. What the hell was that? Did you see that? Was it what? What was that? Josh didn't answer. He was bent over, hands on his knees, still catching his breath, but I could see it in his face. He saw it too. He was more freaked out. He was more freaked out than I'd seen him. The cocky grin he always had was gone, replaced by the look of a scared child. I swallowed my mouth dry. My brain was still trying to catch up with what I'd seen. That thing. That couldn't have been her. No, really. No one's body was supposed to look like that. The way she moved, the way she looked. The image was burned into my mind, and I felt vomit forming in my throat. Josh straightened up, finally breaking the silence. That wasn't normal, he said, his voice flat. There's no way that was normal. What do we do? Ethan asked, his eyes wide, darting between Josh and me. We can't just leave it like this. What if someone else goes there tonight? That wasn't just some crazy old couple. That was. Josh cut him off, his voice hard. We're not doing anything. We're going home, and we're forgetting this ever happened. Are you serious? I blurted out. We can't just pretend we didn't see that. What if something's really wrong in there? What if they need help?
Josh, what if they need help? Bye.
Josh whipped around, glaring at me. Did they look like they wanted help to you? They were messed up, man. I'm not going back there, and you shouldn't either. It's not our problem. I opened my mouth to argue, but the look on Josh's eyes shut me up. He wasn't being a tough guy anymore. He was scared, really scared. And maybe he was right. What could we even do? Call the cops? Tell them what? Ethan was biting his lip, his hand shaking. Man, I just want to go home. Let's go. We started walking fast at first. We could outrun the memory of that house, of Mrs. Mallow's twisted body. But it stuck with me, clinging to the back of my mind like a nightmare I couldn't shake. By the time I reached Josh's place, the adrenaline had worn off, leaving us exhausted and rattled. We didn't even bother to check the rest of our candy haul. I was about to say, did they even get any candy?
Right.
The excitement of the night had soured, curled into something darker, something we didn't want to talk about. Josh's parents were still in the living room, and we barged in, laughing with their friends, oblivious to what had just happened. Oblivious to what had just happened. For a second, the normalcy of it all made me feel unhinged, like maybe we had imagined the whole thing, but I knew we hadn't. I could still see the way Mrs. Mallow's body moved, like a puppet with tangled strings. I'm going to bed, Josh muttered, not even a bother to say goodnight. Ethan and I mumbled something in return, but no one was in the mood for conversation. We were all too busy replaying what had just happened, trying to make sense of it. Ethan and I headed upstairs to Josh's room, but neither of us bothered to just change our pajamas or unpack our sleeping bags. We just laid there, stared at the ceiling. Every creak in the house, every groan in the floorboard made my heart jump. I kept picturing Mrs. Mallow's face. No, not her face, her mask. That's what it looked like. A mask stretched too tight over something rotten underneath. I couldn't shake the feeling that she'd been watching us, not just looking at us, but really seeing us, like she'd marked us somehow. It was a stupid thought, but it stuck with me all night. I was terrified I'd wake up and she'd be standing over me. Eventually, I must have fallen asleep, but it wasn't restful. My dreams were a mess of dark hallways, twisted bodies, and eyes. Those hollow, empty eyes started staring at me. When I woke up the next morning, my skin was slick with cold sweat, and my heart was pounding. We didn't talk about the Mallow house the next day. Not really. Josh was quiet, distant, which was not like him. He usually couldn't stop running his mouth, but now he was just mumbling answers, kept his eyes down, and didn't crack a single joke. Ethan left early, muttering something about having to help his dad with yard work, but I knew he just wanted to be out of there. I didn't blame him. The whole thing felt like we stumbled into something humans weren't supposed to see. I left soon after, walking back to my house in the cold autumn sunlight, but the daylight didn't help. The world felt quieter, heavier. I couldn't get rid of the uneasy feeling sitting in my chest that something bad was coming for me. That night, I kept thinking about what Mr. Mallow said. We've been waiting. Waiting for what? Why had they opened the door for us? I tried to push the door away, but they wouldn't leave. Every shadow seemed a little too dark. Every creak of the house a little too loud. I didn't sleep for days. And then about a week later, I heard the news. Mr. and Mrs. Mallow were dead. It wasn't until the smell started leaking out the house that the neighbors called and someone checked on him. They found Mr. Mallow dead in his recliner. He had been dead for weeks. And Mrs. Mallow, they found her body upstairs in the chair rotting. The coroner said she must have been dead for at least a year. And Mr. Mallow had never told anyone. But I saw her. I saw both of them. We all did. That night, I swear. We saw her moving, walking, staring at us with those dead eyes. I didn't believe in ghosts, but I couldn't explain what I saw. Josh wouldn't talk about it. Neither would Ethan. We just went back to our lives, pretending like it hadn't happened. But it stayed with us, lingering in the back of our minds. A memory we didn't want, but couldn't shake. The town boarded up the house and left it to rot. No one wanted to buy it. No one even wanted to get close enough to tear it down. But every year near Halloween, when the air turns cold and the leaves starts to fall, I think about that night, about what we saw, about what really happened in that house. That sound and that wet crunch of her body as it hit the floor. It burned into my memory. I swear I can still hear it sometimes, like an echo in the back of my mind. I had been right. That in fact, that last year, that was the last time I went trick-or-treating.
Yikes. That's why you don't go places. But then they wouldn't have smelt the smell to get the bodies out.
Yeah, I guess not.
Nope. And Tim, no, you're very much not first at 9:30.
Very much not.
Right, very much last.
You gonna play the other video?
Lord. All right. This is just something. Oh, wait.
Unknowingly showed up to the scariest haunted house of my life, and I had to sign a waiver that said, if I die, it's fine, we can touch you. Now, I was under the impression that touching meant like, they're gonna come up behind you in the haunted house and tap you on the shoulder and go, boo, and you get spooked like, ah. No, this is what they did. They grabbed you by the neck and shoved you like a footballer wherever they wanted you to go. I truly did not realize how awful this was going to be. By the second room, they cut off a piece of my hair. They shaved a number 17 into the guy I was with, the back of his head. The haunted house only gets worse. Then in the next room, they pour freezing cold water on you while spraying cryogenically freezing air. They pick up live bugs and put them into your pockets and put them on you. Live bugs, shaking, screaming, crying, throwing up. When the freak in the pig's mask was putting bugs in my pockets, I was just like, ah, like smashing my pockets the second he put them in there. They took like an electrically charged prod and it felt like it had metal clamps on it like tongs, and since I somehow ended up at the back of the line, they like grabbed my ass with it and shocked me with, I swear, 3,000 megawatts of electricity, and it hurt so bad I thought he burned a hole in my pants. Go to the 17th door. I will say it was very well done. It was high budget. If you can't take the heat, don't go. You'll only leave traumatized.
Yeah, go.
Right.
Why would I go?
And that's the place that I posted the video. I mean, that I showed the video earlier. 17th door. And you have to sign a waiver. And he just gave an example of some of the stuff that can happen in there. Like, because it's different rooms. I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not doing that. Yeah. I can't even remember what state it's in. But still.
You don't need to tell me.
Right. It's not going.
That's crazy.
I got two more.
In your opinion, what makes a horror film a good horror film?
This is a great question. Here are the things, in my opinion, that make a horror movie a good horror movie. Number one, casting lesser known actors. It's something about actors that are not widely known and super popular that just make the horror movie a little more believable. There are some really good horror movies with bigger names, but I just always found the movie to be more effective when I don't really know who this person is. Two, something I call the stain factor. A stain is something that gets left behind. Does this movie leave a stain on you? Does it make you irrationally paranoid? How Jaws made people scared of the water, or how The Ring made people scared of static on TV screens. Three, the story has to make sense. Don't just give me spooky, creepy, scary. Why is spooky, creepy, scary even happening? 4, atmosphere. I need to feel dread from the time the movie starts until it ends. I need a mix of jump scares with subtle, eerie scares. That's a good horror film.
That's true.
Yeah, I agreed with all of those. I was like, that is perfect. Like, for a horror movie.
I feel like if you know the person in the horror movie, it kind of takes away from it.
Yeah, it's better when it's somebody you don't really know. And then this I just thought was funny because like there was this house in my neighborhood that used to give out like full-size candy bars. And this is just an example of something that somebody does for Halloween.
Orange! All right, keep the numbers coming. Watch your fingers.
4 root beer.
Okay, next number. Let's go.
2. We got a cream soda.
All right, next number.
Number 3.
How heavy a cheerleader will be at the end of the night.
Right. They gotta take it home. They gotta go take the soda home and then come back. That's the only way. Because what else are you doing?
That's hilarious.
But yeah, it was this we got canned sodas at this one house. We got full-size candy bars at another house. So it's always like cool when it's something that's not like typical.
Mm-hmm.
And then another house gave us chips. So I thought that was pretty cool.
What house? Where was y'all at?
Yeah, Albion.
Oh, okay.
When I was growing up.
When they used to have Halloween.
Yeah, but like we would go all around like Gilray and Alsa, just all around. And yeah, there was always houses that would give us extra stuff. But yeah, that was back in the day. Back in the day.
Yeah. I'm excited about going to Hampton for Halloween.
That place, they had everything.
Mm-hmm. Everything.
But now I'll be like, dang, they probably racist.
Yeah.
After seeing all the videos about like stuff that in Hampton, I was like, they racist.
As long as they don't talk to me about it.
Give me my candy.
Give me my candy and go.
Halloween on Sedonia. William said that's like Halloween on Sedonia.
Hmm.
Yeah, like some places really give like great stuff. Like full size candy bars, like made me so happy.
Yeah. That's expensive.
Yeah. To be able to supply for like an entire neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got another video?
Nope, that's it.
Oh, that was it.
Those are my last two.
I was attaching this. I forgot to send you the video. I'm in the music. Oh, we don't need that.
Please.
I sent it.
Now let me go get it.
Okay.
Dang, nobody answered nothing about Crumble. Y'all don't want to talk about Crumble? If y'all like it, it's okay.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
But I'm just saying, I just don't like it.
Money? Who is giving you money?
Wait, somebody got money?
Is that still Halloween on Sedonia?
Money is wild.
Because we can go to two places.
Go get and regular shit too. What regular shit?
Yeah, what's regular? Weed?
What? Please. Like,
who is giving out weed?
Wait, I don't think people was giving that out.
I don't think so either. It's too expensive.
First of all, yeah. And you gotta make sure the people's like of age can't be giving it to no kids. Get yourself in trouble.
Halloween gonna be on Friday next year.
Oh.
That means people don't have to go to work the next day.
Right. What is this year? Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay.
They need to put Halloween as the last Saturday of the month. Whatever laws they have.
Instead of making it a specific calendar day. Yeah. All right, let's see. Christian said full-size candy is easier through Amazon or Sam's or BJ's. That's true. James said Hood Rats then took over. No, they don't have Halloween in Sedonia anymore.
Oh. That's annoying.
Yeah. A lot of places just don't do Halloween the same. That's why people go to places like Hampton and like just stuff like that, because the regular neighborhoods don't really do it anymore.
And it's crazy because I was just thinking, like, if they do Christmas like that, they probably do Halloween.
Right.
And they really do.
They really do. When you said I sent you a video, I don't know if you're talking about me, but I don't have my phone right now because it's helping us record.
He sent it to you.
I don't know who. He just said you. I don't know what you.
It was you. Because he's crazy.
Okay.
So, what are you going to be for Halloween?
I don't know. I have no ideas.
Yeah, your little goddaughter asked me last week. It was
barely October.
Barely October. I said, "You not know what I'm going to be for Halloween." She already know.
Of course, she knows. She's been preparing. Like, she was talking about Halloween last year so early and, like, what she wanted to be and what she needed for her costume. I mean, I guess that makes sense because, you know, they got to buy it.
Yeah.
But she be knowing. She ready.
She do. And Xander just want to be Steve from Minecraft again.
Again?
He's the easiest kid in the world.
Yes, he really is. I hope I get an easy one. I'm too old. I need an easy one.
He's great.
Yes.
And then when we took him, I thought he was going to get tired. And I said, "You ready to go?" He said, let me just get some more candy.
And then I'll be
then I'll be done.
And when he was ready, he let you know. All right, that's enough. I'm ready now.
Camden is great. I wish it wasn't racist.
Right. There's so many activities, so much stuff.
Yeah. I would definitely live there. My friend lives, the one that's coming to the podcast. She is moving from there. She grew up there. She didn't know it was racist.
Oh wow.
So I showed her a bunch of articles, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you said, I can see this."
It's not surprising, I guess.
Yeah, she said I can see that, but yeah, I guess they don't care if you live there. It's just the black businesses they don't really like there.
Yeah,
it's weird,
awful.
But we're taking over.
Yes,
this whole city. I don't know what you're gonna do.
I don't know either. Christian said I got my costume for Halloween. I'm gonna be single. Bye.
You still single?
Oh, please.
Dang. How old we are? We too grown to be single, please. How big age?
Please.
Christian.
Yeah.
He'll never come over no more. It's because he work on the weekends, I think. You still work on the weekends?
Yeah, because you used to come and tell us all your stories, and I need an update.
Yeah, your thought tail.
Yes. Bopping around the city. I need an update.
Yeah. What's going on? You used to come over with your magic cards.
Right.
Now you want to work. That's crazy.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
Nope. I'm all done.
This was fun.
Yes. This is Halloween.
I started I bought stock in Microsoft today.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see, so I've been trying to see who are the best people to trade and buy stock from. And somebody suggested them, and my portfolio went the amount went way up when I bought some stock from them. So they was right. I never even thought about Microsoft.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That you wouldn't think about that. I was thinking about Tesla.
Yeah.
And companies like that people always talk about. I don't think about Microsoft. That was random.
Yeah. It's cool.
You say, y'all threw me out after I won to me. Lies.
That's not even what happened. You was there for like 3 days. It was time to go.
Was he really there for 3 days?
No, I'm exaggerating.
That's crazy. Well, this was fun, guys.
Yes.
We're going to head out on King's Cross a summer's evening.
Yes. Good night, y'all. This was great.
Time
for bed.
Yes. You see, I've been yawning the whole time.
Right. You're making me yawn. All right, y'all. See y'all.
See ya.